and welcome back to another episode of MJTCG. So, in the last episode, I built the deck to see how it did, and we're going to continue to build on this deck. It did not do well. It had 1 win and 4 losses. The deck is very underpowered, which shouldn't be too surprising. I'm not really surprised, just it was very, very underwhelming. I have $40 of new product, well, $30 of new product, and I'm going to save that extra $10 for next month. And so what I did is I got 2 Strixhaven set boosters, and then I got a Brawl deck. So the reason I went with this Brawl deck is because it is primarily blue-green. There is white being added, and now that means we can add more white cards to add to the deck when we eventually fix it. And the deck was very underwhelming. It didn't have the power it needed. It lacked creatures that were impactful. It is very mana based, and then it gets to a point where the deck had mana and nothing to do with it. So I'm going to try with Tulane. And Tulane is whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card, then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. So it is also still a land-based deck, but also got creatures involved as well. So I'm hoping that's a little bit more successful for the deck. Going with Strixhaven, it's a fun set. I'm curious to see what I open. So let's start by busting open this Brawl deck. I know there's not too much interesting in this. I mean, there are definitely interesting cards there. I got stuff to help with the mana base in here. Getting new cards. Adding white will make a difference. How does this come out? I don't want to damage it. How do you come out? Oh, like that. There we go. Got it out. So hoping Tulane is better. For that, open this up. What do we got here? What do they give you in here? Got the deck. Box. What do we got? Oh. Excuse me. Another life counter. Cardboard and a divider. Interesting. And then we got the deck itself. I'm going to open it up and go through the cards. Let's see some of the stuff they give you. That's just that. Okay, so we got this nice fairy here. That's a good way to draw cards and use your mana. Got this guy, again, another way to use your mana. The deck did have an issue with dealing with artifacts and enchantments. There weren't a lot, so this turtle hydra thingy should be helpful. Thorn Mammoth is a pretty solid card. Tome of Legends enters the battlefield with a page counter on it. Whenever your commander enters the battlefield or attacks, put a page counter. Tap, remove a page counter, draw a card. Seems solid. This thing, I'm not sure if I probably won't play this, but it's there. This is a solid card. It might get played. This is, just fixing is nice. So these are good cards. And then you got Hollow Fountain, which is nice. Got Temple of Mastery, which is good. Mystery, which will really help. Both of these are nice, good color fixing help. And then, just some good commons and uncommons mixed in here as well to help mana fix. This is nice to get Arcane Signet. This is another good way to use your mana up in an advantage type of way. And then there's, good way for color fixing. This is just a nice counter spell people don't expect. Probably not going to run this. Another Growth Spiral, Gyre Engineer. Probably not playing Shark to Crab. Risen Reef is definitely a card I'm thinking about playing because it's pretty solid. It's a Quarreling Oracle, but better. Flower Flourish, Incubate, Incorporated, Meteor Golem, Fire Mines Vessel, some more lands, and then we got some more fixing here. We got Guildgate, Blossoming Sands, and another Command Tower, Evolving Wilds, Guildgate, and so. Oh, sorry. So I'm pretty excited about this. I think it will help. There's definitely some good cards in here. I think these two are very helpful. This seems interesting. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it or not. It is, but it's interesting. There's definitely some other cards in here. It's nice having these to help with my fixing. And there's definitely some cards to add to the deck from there. So let's check out these packs. First pack is Strixhaven. This is my first pack ever opening of Strixhaven. I've never opened Strixhaven before. What we got here? Some Dargan. Alright, got Plains. Start from scratch. Choose one. Start from scratch deals 1 damage to any target or destroy target artifact. Interesting. Witherbloom Campus. Enters the battlefield tap. Adds a green or black, and ability to scry. Cram Session, gain 4 life. Learn. Interesting. This 2/4 Crocodile, probably not playing that. Professor of Zoomancy, 4/3 bear for 4. Enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token, and when that creature dies, gain 1 life. Eye Twitch, it's a 1/1 for 1 black, flying, and when it dies, you learn. Okay. Daemogoth Woe Eater, 7/6 for 4, 1 a black, a hybrid, a Golgari hybrid, and a green. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. Whenever you sacrifice this creature, each opponent discards a card, and you draw a card and gain 2 life. It's interesting. Not sure if I play that. Selfless Glyph Weaver. 2 generic and a white. Human Cleric, 2/3. Exile this card. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn, and it flips. And on the flip side, we got Death Vanity for 5 black, black, black. Creatures, choose a creature or planeswalker, then destroy all other creatures and planeswalkers. Interesting card. Gnarled Professor, 2 and 2 green, 5/4 trample. When it enters the battlefield, learn. Okay. Ooh, I got Cultivate. I wanted this art, and that's nice. It's a good card. And Tempt by Auric. That's shiny. For 1 blue, 1 and 3 blue. For each opponent, gain control of up to 1 target creature or planeswalker that player controls, convert a mana cost 3 or less. That's pretty solid. And a rules card. Alright. Not bad. This is potentially playable. This is definitely playable. I'll get to switch the art out. We do have the ability to use learning in my group. We do have sideboards. So that's a possible card. If I got any good lessons, which I did not see any in our colors. But all in all, I'm actually happy with that pack opening. I'm very happy with Cultivate here. Last pack! Let's see what we get. This is boom, boom, boom. Ooh, signed one. It's gold. Ooh, shiny. Woo! Alright. Don't play around. Alright, we got here Mountain. Elemental Summoning for 3 and hybrid blue-red. Hybrid blue-red, create a 4/4 red and green elemental creature token. That's a lesson. Interesting card. Unwilling ingredient for 1 black and 1. Oh, sorry, for 1 black, it's a 1/1 with menace. For 2 generic and a black, exile it from your graveyard. You draw a card and lose 1 life. That's interesting. Hunt for Specimen. For 1 and a black, create a 1/1 black and green pest token, and you learn. Infuse with Vitality. For green, black. Until end of turn, target creature gains Death Touch, and when this creature dies, return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. You gain 2 life. Interesting. That's a pretty solid card. Beaming Defense. For 1 and a white, target creature gets target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains hexproof until end of turn. Test of Talents. For 1 and a blue, counter target instant or sorcery spell. Search its controller's graveyard, hand, or library for any number of cards with the same name as them. Exile them. That player shuffles, then draws a card for each card exiled this way. That's interesting. That's like Quelch, but with giving your opponent card draw, but also costing 2 less. Interesting. Mentor's Guidance. For 2 and a blue. Whenever you cast when you cast this spell, copy it if you control a planeswalker, cleric, druid, shaman, warlock, or wizard. Scry 1, draw a card. Interesting. Ooh, planeswalker. I got a mythic. Yay. Rowan, Scholar of Sparks. For 2 and a red. Instants and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. +1. Deals 1 damage to each opponent. If you've drawn 3 or more cards this turn, deals 3 damage instead. -4. You get an emblem with whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may pay 2 generic. If you do, copy that spell. Interesting. And the flip side, I got another mythic. Ooh. Will, Scholar of Frost. For 4 and a blue, instants and sorceries cost 1 less to cast. Up to 1 target creature, for +1, up to 1 target creature has base power, toughness 0/2 until end of turn. -3, draw 2. -7, exile exile up to 5 target permanents. For each permanent exiled this way, its controller creates a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token. And we got ourselves here Harness Infinity. For 1 black, 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 green, green, green. Exchange your hand in graveyard. Exile this card. Whirlwind Denial. For 2 and a blue. For each spell and ability your opponent's control, countered unless its controller pays 4. That's an interesting way to deal with Storm. Infused with Vitality, which I already saw, and fill with it. Ooh, treasure. That's a nice looking treasure. I haven't seen that one before. So, that was actually a good pack. I don't know if it's a good pack for us. This seems interesting. It's not terrible. It does allow you to draw a card and scry. This is an interesting one. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it. This is not bad. This might be played if we're playing white. And yeah, this pack was just a good pack to open. I don't necessarily think it's a good pack for our deck. I'm not sure. I like this card. This card seems interesting. It is a sorcery, but it seems interesting. Alright, I'm going to look through the cards and see what we got, and I'll be back with what the deck looks like. Alright, so these are the cards that I took out, and then I'll show you the cards that I added in place. There are definitely a few more cards over here that I have to decide that I would like to have had, but I couldn't quite figure out what to take out quite yet. Everything, because I got to play test and see how the deck performs. So I'm taking out Canopy Baloth, Wild Heart Invoker, Simic Sky Swallower, Spore Mound, Contagion. I probably didn't say that right. Fathom Mage, Arcane Denial, Raven Form, Slin Voda, The Risen Deep, Merc Fiend Liege, Harmonize, Whelming Wave, Colony Heart Expedition, Sisay's Ring, Sunset Pyramid, Interpret the Signs, Swiftfoot Boots, and Behold the Multiverse. Yeah, there's a decent amount of card draw I took out, and Counterspell. This deck isn't really supposed to be a Counterspell-based deck. There are some Counterspells, like actual factual Counterspell in here. This is just a mediocre Counterspell. This is just bad. I don't play Arcane Denial. I don't like the card. Harmonize is solid, but I feel like there's other cards that are draw better at instant speed. Whelming Wave is probably just not good enough because I'm not really running that many Krakens, Leviathans, Octopuses, or Serpents anymore. Terp of the Signs is just an underwhelming card. And Behold the Multiverse is fine, but I think I could do better. Swiftfoot Boots is a good card. I just don't run in a lot of decks. I don't... Unless there's a deck that... Unless my commander and stuff needs to be given haste, I don't really care for this card. I know it gives hexproof, but that's not as important to me. And then just... I don't know, some of these cards just didn't feel like they fit. I did think about putting in Paradise Druid. I did not. It did not make the cut. Maybe it does in the end. I'm not sure. And these are some other cards I thought about. Into the Royal, Mentor's Guidance, Tempted by Oric, Incubation, Incongruity. Probably said that wrong. Sorry if I did. Oh well. Furled Mystic is a good card, but I don't know. I'm trying to. I want to have some mana open on my opponent's turn, but I don't want to have all the mana open on my opponent's turn. And 4 is a lot. Dispeller's Capsule. I think this is a good card. I might end up putting it back in. Or put it in. I'm not 100% sure. I thought Ninth Bridge Patrol would have been interesting because it has the whenever it leaves the creature leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter with Tulane being able to bounce your creature. But there's just not enough synergy to make this card worth playing in this deck outside of Tulane. I want to play this card. It looks interesting, but there wasn't enough to take out, and this was a card I was thinking about putting in, but I already have plenty of land draw, so I didn't need another search engine, especially one that costs 4. So let's look at the cards I did put in. Biomancer's Familiar. I think this ability here, being able to make my Tulane's ability cost less and just a few other cards in the deck, it makes it worth it. Probably not really using this part where the next creature adapts this turn as though there's no +1/+1 counters on it. Probably not using that. This is a solid mana fixing. It's a 2/2 for 2 with flying that taps out a green or white. Maybe I switched it out for Paradise Druid just because Paradise Druid does give me all 3 colors that I need, where this only gives me 2 of the colors I need. I'm not sure. Haven't decided yet. This is an interesting card. It gives creatures I control +2/+2 for 5, which is a overrun effect. Doesn't give me trample, but it does give me +2/+2 to all creatures I control. But it also is a land, so it counts as another extra white source for me. There's not going to be a lot of white sources in this deck because there's not a lot of white cards in this deck. But I want to be able to, get them where I can, and I think that this is powerful enough to make a difference. I'm also just trying it. If I don't like it, I'll take it out at that. I got to test and see how this goes. I think this is a good card with Tulane being able to bounce it. Gives me some sort of protection. It's inexpensive. It only costs 3 casts, and then it makes every creature my opponent's control that attacks me or Planeswalker control cost 2 more to attack each time. So I think it's solid. Prison Realm. I think this is a solid card. It's not exactly Oblivion Ring, but it's close enough in the sense that it allows me to deal with creatures and planeswalkers, and I get a scrying effect out of it. I'm not sure about Time Wipe. I think for now it's fine. It's a 5 mana Wrath that can protect one of my creatures. I'm not sure. I think it is a good way to deal with creatures, especially seeing I am taking out a few Wrath effects in the deck. So this might get replaced by Harmonize. It's currently replacing Harmonize. It costs 1 less to cast for each creature in my party, so I can potentially cast this for 2 if I have enough. If I have all of these creature types, which I don't think I do, but even so, I just need it to cost 2 less. So I imagine I have a wizard and a warrior in this deck, or a cleric. Sorry, a cleric. I might not have a rogue. I'm not sure. I have to go through my creatures to see that for a fact. But also allows me to gain 3 life and draw 3 at instant speed, which is nice. Where Harmonize is a sorcery. I'm not sure. It might not be better than Harmonize. I'm testing it out. If I don't like it, if it's 5 mana, gain 3, draw 3 at instant speed, maybe I'll keep it in. But if it's 6 mana, if it's consistently 6 mana, I'm probably taking it out. Gyro Engineer. I'm not sure if this is how good this is gonna be. I have a lot of ramp already, but this does give me some color fixing ramp. I'm not sure. I think this Beanstalker Giant is interesting. It does give me a nice land search effect, and then it later on can be a big mean creature. It is 7 mana to cast. I'm not sure if this will be long term in the deck. I'm going to test it out and see how it does. It seems like it could be good. Turtle Hydra. I think this is a good card. I think its ability to help me deal with artifacts and enchantments is helpful. And then I can always bounce it with 2 lane before it dies, which is nice, and then be able to recast it later. And at worst, it's a big creature with a big butt to help me fight. Endraiser, runners, is a really good card. 7/7 for 8 with trample, vigilance, and haste, and when it comes to play, gives all my creatures +2/+2 trample, vigilance, +2/+2 trample and vigilance until end of turn, which is really nice. So it allows me to swing in for big pop. I think Incubation Druid is a solid card. It, if it has a +1/+1 counter, I get 3 mana of any type. Oh, wait, hold on. Add 1 mana of any type that a land you control can produce. Yeah. So I mean, it's not really fixing, but it is and isn't. Like if I get dual land out, it's fixing in a way. I think it's solid enough until I can get a card like a Birds of Paradise or the new Ornithopter Bird of Paradise combo from Modern Horizons 2. I think this is fine for now until then. So I get one of those cards. Silhana Wayfinder, I'm not sure about this card. It's a 2 mana 2/1, which is solid. And then it has the potential to grab me a land or a creature. So I can't be complaining. This is not an ad. This is just going from Commander to the main deck. Arcane Signets are really good. Really good. Mana Rock. I think this Fairy, being able to draw me cards and create fairies to help me go wide, especially with my Endraiser and my other overrun effect, this card can be really good. And it pairs nicely with this as well. The Biomancer makes this cost 2 less, so it's 2 mana, create a 1/1 draw card. And this also is 2 mana, draw a card. It's not as good as this. This is like a discount version of this. And then this is just a potentially repeatable Quarreling Oracle, which is nice, I don't know how many elementals I have, but let's see if I'm adding any. Nope, I'm not adding any, but I might have some already in the deck. Let's check real quick. But anyway, I think that so far this is solid additions. I think the deck will be better. It's hard to be worse. That deck was pretty underwhelming. I won. The only reason I won the game I won was because it was a multiplayer game. It was the only game I won, and this deck did enough to help, but it didn't do anything really to win. It didn't win the game. The reason we won is because the Storm deck went off and won. But it's still a win, and I can't complain about that. So far, I've counted 3 other elementals, and I still got half the deck. Yep, 4 other elementals. So that's not a lot, but it's enough where it can be potentially something. So depending on how this goes, will determine what my next direction will be. I know you guys didn't see me put in lands yet. I'm going to just do that on the side because I do have to grab some basic planes from my own collection. Most likely, I don't know if I have enough here, especially with my commander. I do want to be able to cast Tulane pretty reliably. He's kind of important to the deck. I think that overall, this deck has potential to be better. I'm not sure if it's going to be better this time around because, again, I'm playing underpowered decks. My opponents are playing fully fleshed out commander decks. You're just at a disadvantage inherently. This is going to take a lot longer than I originally thought it would be to make a competitive deck out of this. But I am excited. Next month I'm going to be able to spend $50 because I saved $10. It was only $20 for that deck, for the Brawl deck, and then it was $5 each for the Strixhaven booster packs. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might get Modern Horizons 2 packs. I might buy in different precon. I might try to get... something I am thinking about doing is I'm thinking about getting the Mark Poole... what is that called? The thing that Wizards of the Coast does, where they, where you buy singles essentially. It's not really cheating. It is sealed product from Wizards of the Coast, and the Mark Poole one, Secret Lair. That's what it's called. The Mark Poole Secret Lair comes with Birds of Paradise, comes with Brainstorm, comes with Wasteland. It comes with a couple of interesting cards. I think they'd be good in here. I think Wasteland would be nice because I do have recursion effects, Graveyard Recursion in here. So I'm definitely looking into buying that. I think I probably will buy that because again, I'm trying to make this deck competitive, and getting a Brainstorm and getting Birds of Paradise are important to the deck. And then on top of that, being able to have the Wasteland to be able to help, and then I already have ways to recur it, will make it better. Well, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.